Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Why is William Samoei Ruto undermining devolution? People fought for this devolution, and Raila Amolo Odinga has always said that people like the slain University Don Odhiambo Mbai lost his life because of his stand on devolution. I know that as we speak today, the county governments have not received their national revenue allocation as proposed by the 2010 constitution. And the money that is being held by the national government is not only 1 month, but the money or the allocation for January, February, March, and April. 4 months running, and the counties have not received their revenue allocations. You know, at first, I thought that maybe it is because the national government does not have the money. And if you ask Rigathi Gachagua, he's got one answer for you. Whether you wake him up from his sleep, he will tell you that the reason why they have not paid the county government is because Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga swallowed all the money in the previous regime. But there is a bill that has been sponsored by the majority leader in the National Assembly, Kimani Ichung'wah, that has confirmed and corroborated my fears that William Samoei Ruto and his administration want to kill devolution.
William Ruto's administration has drafted a far-reaching bill that would force governors to seek National Treasury approval to impose taxes, fees, and levies. The bill, sponsored by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, provides that counties first submit proposed taxes, fees, levies, or any charge to the National Treasury and the Commission of Revenue Allocation for approval. According to the County Government's Revenue Raising Process Bill 2023, counties would have to explain to the Treasury and CRA why they are imposing a tax, levy, fee, or charge.
In the proposed bill called County Government Revenue Raising Process Fee 2023, Kimani Ichung'wah has sponsored what I call a very draconian bill. Because in that bill, the governor will lose all the autonomy to control taxes and levies in his county government. This is what the bill says, that before any county government imposes levies, taxes, or fees, they must submit such fees to the Commission on Revenue Allocation 10 months before the start of a new year. What it means is that, for example, in Nairobi today, Sakaja, if this bill goes through, will lose the authority to impose any taxes on Nairobians. He will have to submit his proposals to the Commission on Revenue Allocation 10 months before the start of a new year. And then the Commission on Revenue Allocation will review and look at the proposals, and then will submit the same to the National Treasury within 30 days. Sakaja is still waiting. Within these 30 days, when the National Treasury receives the recommendations, they will also try to consult and make recommendations within another 90 days. The governor, who has been elected by the people, will be waiting for a cabinet secretary who has been appointed by the president. And the people of that county, if it is Nairobi, will still be waiting for all these processes. So after 90 days, the National Treasury will give its recommendations. If they say no to the proposed levies and charges, then that is how the Nairobians, for example, if you are coming from Siaya County or Kiambu County, and these proposals have gone to the level and on the desk of the National Treasury, if the Cabinet Secretary of Finance says no to your recommendations, then back to the drawing board. There is no any other levy that can go through. There is also another committee that will be formed to review existing taxes on parking fee, market fees, health facility fees, and license fees. What it means that, let me use Nairobi as an example again, that if there are existing laws that have been guiding Governor Sakaja on collection on parking fees, health facility fees, license fees, and market fees, Sakaja will no longer have any say. This committee will sit down and will review all of them. They will go to Siaya, they will go to all the 47 counties, and they will review them. They will say, hapa mbaya, hapa nzuri, we don't like this, we want this, and they will be dictating what every governor must do in those counties. Remember, this is taking the financial autonomy that has been given to the governors under Article 209 of the 2010 Constitution. Briefly like that, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that William Ruto is attempting to start controlling these 47 counties. And if you remember so well, the reason why the drafters of the new constitution decided to devolve resources to the county government is that for over 60 years after Kenya got independence, resources were controlled at the national level. Everything was being controlled at the national level. And if you look at the Nyayo regime, you will know what I'm talking about. If you juxtapose the Nyayo regime, the 24 years that Moi was in power, and the 10 years that Kibaki was in power, immediately Kibaki took over, we had things like CDF. And when we brought in the new constitution, resources started trickling down to the people. In fact, even as we speak, people like devolution so much that people are even proposing that they allocate some funds to the MCAs, because as it is, the members of parliament have got the CDF, Constituency Development Fund, that falls under their control. You will argue that there's a lot of corruption within the constituency level, but the people, the constituents, have seen that when a member of parliament is in control of certain money, you won't have to run to Nairobi to get developments. And this is why people are even proposing, in fact it was in the BBI, that the MCAs were to be allocated certain amount of money. Because all the developments take place within the ward level. If you get a good MCA, you won't have to run to fight for the presidency, because developments will be taking place within the ward level. But now, instead of strengthening devolution, William Ruto is mutilating this, notwithstanding the fact that when he was campaigning, he promised, not just promising, but he signed a treaty with the national, with the county governments, that he was going to strengthen devolution. The opposite is now happening. He even promised that he was going to add them some money. But when they had a meeting, all that they said was that, because currently under the 2010 constitution, the county governments are given about 265 billion Kenya shillings from the national government. But when they sat down, they forgot all the promises and the charter that they had signed, and they said that the national government can only add about 20 or something, because they were saying that they can only give county governments 280 billion from the 260 billion. This is against the proposal from the Commission on Revenue Authority, which had capped their proposal to 400 billion. They wanted the county governments to be given 400 billion shillings, but the treasury refused. Now, apart from that, they are now proposing this law. What does it tell you? Because we have seen certain crazy tendencies in this government. They want to take people back to the Nyayo era. In fact, some people are joking that President Ruto is just a learned Daniel Moi. There is no difference. He believes in a one-party state. And if you think I'm lying, the other day he had charged Cleopas Malala, who is the current Secretary General of the UDA, to convince and persuade. In fact, it was like compelling all the other affiliate parties within the Kenya Kwanza to fold and join the UDA. What does this tell you? It tells you that he wants every party to belong to the UDA so that he can control it. You've seen the way he is buying the members of parliament from the Azimio side, something that has really vexed Raila Amolo Odinga. It is one among the things that they want to talk about in the bipartisan committee, where Raila is saying that if any member switches camp, then he should go back to the people and seek fresh mandate. So it tells you that William Ruto is still thinking in the Nyayo era. Now, William Ruto wants to take people back where all resources are concentrated at the top. It is not surprising because when people are campaigning for the new constitution, William Ruto opposed this constitution. And he voted no, rallied his supporters to vote no. And it seems he was waiting for an opportunity to get the powers. Now he wants to rubbish everything. And this is something that even if you are not supporting Azimio, even if you voted for William Samoei Ruto, this is something that we must reject. Because it will reach a time when devolution will be diluted. We won't have we won't see the value of a governor. We will be chasing for resources from the national government. And do you know why he wants this? He wants a situation where the resources are concentrated within State House, so that before you are given before you are allocated any development, then you must come and bow down in State House. You must come and take photos with him to show that you are supporting UDA for you to be given any development. Ndio ujengewe barabara, ndio ufanyiwe nini, lazima ukuje upige magoti, because you will have all the resources. And this is something that we cannot accept. We need to strengthen devolution. The other day, I saw members of parliament from Mount Kenya saying that they need one man, one shilling, one vote, something that was in the BBI. In short, they want more resources to go down to the people. But here is the president who is now saying that we don't see the value, so that a governor will not have any authority. Because once you don't have any authority to impose taxes and revenues, then who are you? What role are you given as a governor? Because now you don't have the financial authority, financial autonomy. It is given to William Ruto. So William Ruto and his cabinet minister will be deciding for you on what to do in Kiambu County, in Kisumu County, in Kitui County. Do you think this is something that we should allow? Ladies and gentlemen, please share with me on the comment section.